Oh no, not these guys again. Welcome to the Age of Rob Show.
And welcome to the show, everybody. It's him and me again. Today's show is brought to you by...
No.
no.
We
Welcome, Rob.
ain't got a sponsor yet, so you don't have to do that. Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. Welcome, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, and people in between. Rob is looking
Bro,
especially...
let me stop you right there. Jesus Christ. You forgot to say the essential
Okay,
thing.
sorry.
Happy New Year, right? 2020 is over.
Yeah, Happy New Year. We
We're
wish
reaching
you a Merry
guys
Christmas.
from the past. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, you know what I was thinking? All right. Let me humor Age for a second. Welcome, everyone. Welcome to this
Oh,
session.
God.
Namaste.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. That's nice.
you're
Very good.
Yeah.
Makes
You
it sound
see?
so
You see, I
professional
can
when
do
you
it.
say
I
that.
told you I could do it.
Mm-hmm. You can.
All right.
Oh,
Look,
good baby.
You know what I was thinking the other day? I was thinking that
I really don't want to know what you were
I
thinking.
was actually thinking because you know, like H is a bit more spiritual than I am, but I was thinking that if you are right, and we do,
I'm always right, Bob. You know that.
Okay, so okay,
Not according to my missus, though.
assume
Have you ever been right according to your
a few
missus, Rob?
times. Okay.
Wow,
So,
okay,
I was
continue.
thinking, like,
Sorry.
the worst thing to be reincarnated as is a fish.
Mm-hmm.
Because think about it.
Okay.
You're doing your fishy things, you know, swimming with the fishes, with a school of whatever. Any kind of fish you are, it doesn't matter if you're the biggest fish in the pond or the smallest one. Eventually,
Mm-hmm.
Saturday morning comes and Billy throws something into the water and you're enjoying your day and
Okay. First, let me stop you there. When you say Billy, are we talking in the
Wherever,
bayou
doesn't
where you're
matter.
from, like with a grenade stick, or are we
with a
talking
fishing
with a
line.
fishing
'Cause
line?
I think that with a grenade, with a
Oh, okay.
dynamite stick, it would be easy. With
With a grenade. Okay.
it would be
Mhm.
easy, right? Because you just boom, and that's it, sushi.
Well,
Yeah,
it's
it isn't.
not really fishing, is it? Sushi cooked. Two in one.
And what are your thoughts? What do you think? I think the fish is the worst.
Well, if I was gonna come back as something, it'd probably be like a killer whale.
Really? What?
Mm.
No,
At the top of
it's
the food chain.
not. No, it's not.
Of course it is. No, nothing attacks a
Of
killer whale. Not
course
even a great
they-
white shark
Have you
dares to
ever
attack a killer
heard
whale.
of those giant squid that eat blue whales? What do you think? A killer whale is gonna be any different?
Yeah, until recently
Unknown.
they were kind of
Yeah,
like
'cause
mythical,
we
weren't
didn't
they? They
know
were
that.
like, yeah, no.
But that doesn't mean they don't exist.
Same as
Jesus Christ! I painted myself in
Bigfoot.
the corner right here.
Sasquatch. Boys and girls, Sasquatch is real. And I'd like to say that, I mean, we had this conversation before, Rob, and you said it's not. Do you know how much proof is out there? Have you seen those big footprints? And I'm not talking about your missus trotting around the garden.
Have you
You know,
seen
sorry,
those
missus, I love you, really.
Big footprints. That would be the correct way of saying it. I'm sorry to get
Oh.
into semantics, but that would be. Anyway, look,
Well,
listen,
check it out.
listen.
You spell
I-
semantics. Go.
I was actually thinking
yeah.
about you a couple of days ago. So I was watching on
Of
the
course.
very good. I was
Very good.
watching on the History Channel.
Should I do the-
documentary with the Bigfoot.
There you go with the head roll. No, not
I
the
can't
bubble.
do that
but
because I
the-
have this big
you know.
ass hoodie because it was supposed to be cold outside. Anyway, let me tell you. Really
Okay,
quick,
sorry.
really
Yeah.
quick.
Anyway,
I was thinking about
you were thinking about me.
because
Was
I
it in a
saw
non-sexual way?
TV guide that there was Finding Bigfoot on the History Channel of all places.
Brilliant. Yeah,
Really?
it's good. Good program.
I could actually feel myself having a brain aneurysm because my IQ was dropping so fast. And I don't have a lot of points to spare.
Finding Bigfoot is the one with Bobo and the other three guys, right? The lady and the other two guys, Cliff and
Bro, if I
I can't remember the other guy's name.
that's some
Renee.
proper
Renee's the
hillbilly
lady's name.
type shit right there. It ain't.
It ain't. Look, there's so much evidence. There's so much proof, bro. Mainstream.
no,
Listen,
let
here's the
me
thing,
stop
right?
you.
I've got to say,
Let me stop
if
you.
only a few years
If
ago,
you want,
go.
if you want to emphasize the proof, you have to use the adequate means, and by that I mean when you watch a show like Ancient Aliens, and they have H and the Aliens, right?
Yeah.
When you watch Ancient Aliens, they've got paleontologists, they've got historians, they've got well-educated people. They don't have Billy Bob the hillbilly that married his
Cryptozoologists.
sister and is introducing us with his daughter and niece at the same time. No,
What have you got against
they're
marriages
weird.
within
They're
the family?
wrong. It's
Huh?
how the end of the world is gonna come, probably.
I mean, haven't you ever made the mistake of going to missus going, "Hey, sis"?
No,
I mean, oh, sorry, darling.
no, never.
Oh,
I'm good with names.
that. We had this. I remember once we had this Pakistani family. They stayed with us for about a couple of months here, and at the time, I was married. Yay, free! Anyway, so you should try it. No, don't try it, Rob. It's very expensive. So she says to me one day, this is the guy's wife, and she says to me, "So how are you related to your wife?" I said, "Well, she's my wife." No, but how are you related? I went, "She's my wife." No. How are you related? And I went, "Oh my God, she's my wife. How many times do you want me to say this?" And then eventually I went, "Okay, how are you related to your husband?" And she goes, "Oh, he's my dad's
I heard
brother's
that.
son."
But it's not everywhere in Pakistan. It's just a few regions. It's not the whole country of Pakistan that
Oh.
does that.
The funny thing, I said to her, "So what does your son call you? Mum or auntie?"
Obviously, it's gonna be mom. But then, how do you introduce the poor bastard to the world? This is my son and my nephew, all wrapped up. It was a buy one get one. Yeah.
Double entendre. Yeah. Double meaning. I like it.
Yeah. So
Anyway, So
yeah, I was thinking about
you were
that.
thinking about me.
You unlucky sods are out of the EU. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Woohoo! But we
Yeah,
got a
yeah,
trade
we did.
agreement.
It's one way, kind
Hey!
But hey, you know.
But apparently the fishing deal came down from 14 years down to 5. So we can catch as much
Yeah,
mackerel
but
as
you
we
know
want
what,
to.
what's funny that you guys don't really use mackerel. You just export it. Yeah, you export
No.
like
Yeah, we hate it,
98% or
apparently.
some shit. Then the other 2% goes into
Yeah, to-
Polish shops.
Yeah, and the rest of it goes to Europe, but we hate mackerel apparently. So why the big fuss about we got our fishing rights back? Do you know, I was listening to Nick Abbott, and I think we've said this before, that Harrods employs more people than all the fishing
I heard
industry
that.
put
I
together.
heard that.
Right. So you kind of go, really? The only thing is, I mean, however, if you look at it, you could say, well, the fishing villages, they have people
Yeah,
that they're working there, they're
They have
employing other people.
they
So,
had to think about those tiny communities where there's no other activity that doesn't revolve around fishing. Basically, there's nothing else.
they could
Yeah.
they could start dance classes.
Grooming for fish. And no, look, but you know what? I was doing a bit of research on cars as I usually do, and I found something disturbing.
No.
And as much as I thought that this was a bad idea of leaving the EU, honestly, I hope that the country I live in is going to leave the EU. Because guess what? You know those big ass SUVs that are made for overlanding, like go anywhere type of vehicles, that
Yeah, but we're
Yeah,
talking
but,
Range Rover or
yeah, it's
Shoguns
like
or
Land Cruisers, Range Rovers, Defenders, G-Wagons, but properly, like made
Jeeps.
for off-roading with like 40-inch tires and big bumpers and bull bars. You know those steel bumpers and bull bars on the front of them? They are illegal in the EU. And do you know why?
Okay.
This is the stupidest thing ever. Because of
No, I don't know why.
pedestrian fucking safety.
Well, what's the football got to
Apparently,
do with
it
pedestrian
doesn't
safety?
have any give. So basically, if you hit little Timmy on a zebra crossing, that's it. He's toast.
Hmm.
Because if you would have hit him with, Series 2 Defender, he would have been fine. That would have been a
Oh,
cushy
okay.
landing, right? Even with my Galaxy that's made out of chewing gum, you're gonna feel it if I run you over.
I was going to say, if you get hit by a smart car, Bob, you're going to feel that as well.
Definitely.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's insane. So the funny thing about leaving Europe, my dad. So when Brexit came around, he goes, "Yes, we want to leave. Too many foreigners." So looked at him. and went, What, Dad? Have you seen yourself? By the way, you got a funny accent. By the way,
Nonsense.
yeah. So we're allowed. What's the new rule? So we can come over
Yeah.
30 days. We were talking about this
Yeah,
earlier,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
We can
That-
come over
that's
30
what
days.
I read, but
And you can come over for what?
You guys can only holiday for 30 days in a year within the EU space, and
Right.
we can come over for 6 months in a year. It's basically, if you remember the laws about
this-
driving foreign vehicles on UK soil, it's the same rule. Yeah.
No,
It's
I don't remember
basically
that.
like you could drive a left-hand drive car registered in a different country in the UK, even when they were in the EU, for no more than 6 months within a year. It's just like that.
Oh, okay, yeah. Well, that's kind of you can do that in the States as well.
Don't know if you can in the States at all.
Yeah, because when I lived in Canada in Ontario,
Yeah.
you know where Ontario is, right? Toronto, Ontario. Yeah. So I had my Porsche out there, and I could drive it out there, and I could. Well, it might be slightly different, bro, because I could use my license for a year. So I think it'd be the same with the car as well.
If it's from
No?
the American continent, as in Canada, Alaska, Canada, Mexico,
No.
all of that, Brazil, you can drive it probably if you make it up to the States for 6 months. But you can't, you
Right.
cannot, like ship a car from Belgium and drive it in LA.
Right. Yeah, I think you're right. You can drive the car for 6 months as it is, and then its plates have to be turned. Or I think a couple of months, I'm not sure, depending on the laws. But you can use your license for a year, same as
Yeah.
like foreigners can drive it for a
it's
year.
only if
Yeah.
you come from a left-hand drive nation, with the exception of the United Kingdom. They don't make exceptions for Australians, because I know I had a couple of friends that were living in Australia. They weren't Australians, but they had Aussie driver's licenses. And when they rented a car in Vegas, they said, no, you can't drive it with that here. Yeah.
That's strange.
Yeah.
Well, that's
Well, they
messed
look
up, isn't
like-
it, really?
Russian mobsters, so probably that's why they didn't want to give them a nondescript white van.
Yeah. I have sweeties. Come over.
Where is the nukes, Boris?
What's your plan for the? Yeah, I was gonna say, what's your plan for the new year? Or what did you do in the new year? Should I say? Because this is in the past now.
So how the
Apparently.
hell am I going to answer that?
Well, what's your plan for tonight? And then
I'll just
obviously they know
probably
it was
chill.
in. Yeah.
I'll regret watching the 100 TV show. It ended so badly. It
God.
was so stupid. Such a good TV show came to an end in such a stupid way. And I've noticed that they all do it that way. The Sopranos ended so badly.
I was gonna say.
Uh,
Yeah. Game of Thrones. I mean, that's the porn one. Sorry.
You know what?
Game of Thrones.
if I tell you this, I anticipated the
Hmm.
ending of Game of Thrones. Yeah. I was talking to a couple
Really?
of guys at work that like Game of Thrones as well, and I anticipated it because if you remember, I didn't talk to you about the ending because you didn't see it. I saw it first. You saw it like a month later or something like that. So we didn't talk about it. But I
Yeah.
anticipated the ending, and
Yeah.
everybody was like, "Yeah, you were right. That was stupid." No, nothing. Yeah.
Mm. Well, that was the reason because the book ended well before then, and then the writers
Yeah,
came
but
in. Just
I didn't read the books. I tried to read one, but it was stupid. Like George writes in such a disgusting way. It's unbelievable. So anyway,
so, what's your plan for tonight besides
I don't know. I'll
watching
probably
the
watch
100 as you
TV
commented?
and then the
Mum, Dad?
fireworks on my CCTV system.
Well, are they going to be fun? Because they were looking at London, and my daughter was saying, oh, and also, sorry, I got my one of my good friends, Kevin. We got a new subscriber, by the way, Kevin.
Hey, bro. How you doing?
Yay! Thank you, Kevin. Yeah,
Yeah, not
good.
you.
Thank
I
you.
was
I'm
talking to
fine.
Kevin.
Oh, you mean Kevin? Yeah, sorry.
Is he?
So-
Hold on a second.
So
Is
my
he
daughter was saying,
Kevin, or is he a different Kevin? Oh, okay. 'Cause
I think he's
always
the
was-
different one.
I always.
He's
I
not
was
home
always
alone.
Curious,
Trust
like,
me,
ever since
he's
I
not home
became an
alone.
adult, I was always curious. What the hell?
You're not
did
an adult.
Kevin
Let me go.
McAllister's dad do for a living to have such a big ass house with like 12 million children? Like,
A lot
No,
of
no, no,
screwing,
I
a
know
lot
how
of
you
Humpty
make-
Dumpty.
babies. I
Oh.
was wondering, how do you support them? He had like 8 kids or something like that.
Well, here's the thing: in America, he didn't
They
have 8
rented
kids.
2
He
vans.
had
to
the
go
fat
to
one.
the
He had the
airport.
daughter. He had Kevin. Yeah, that was his cousins as well,
There-
wasn't it?
There was
Kevin's
a shit,
cousins
a
and
metric
his.
shit ton of kids.
You actually weighed it out and went, that's a metric shit ton of kids. Yeah. I don't know. In America, the houses are bigger anyway. Here, if you have a 2-car garage, they're like, wow, you got a
Yeah,
2-car
but that's in
garage.
England.
That's a big house. Over there, it's just standard. Yeah. But over there, standard. So, I mean, their house wasn't that
Yeah,
big, was it?
was. Because you can count the windows. That's what I do. I'm weird. Look for the entry points.
No, okay. Rob goes around walking around and goes,
That's
7.
why I counted all the way to 8.
Yay! So anyway, going back to New Year's celebration, my daughter was saying to me, "There's no fireworks in London tonight." And the reason is because of the gatherings. Because
Yeah.
happy COVID again. We got the new
Yeah,
sperm COVID, new reiteration of
Yeah,
part
but
deux.
you see, like, we got the vaccine already over here. They vaccinated like
Right.
2 nurses and an old ass doctor, and they're making such a big deal on TV.
And that's it.
Yeah.
Vaccine, we run
By
out.
the time it, yeah.
So yeah, I'm sorry. I gotta say, bro, it's so funny. The other day, India has banned England from bringing the flights in.
See?
Are you joking? Really? Sorry, Jeff, you're not coming in.
Yeah, because you know
What?
what? It's probably it was a bad breakup with India as well. You know. It's still,
That was a long time ago. Let it go,
They
dude.
never called.
Let
They
it
never
go,
wrote, they
let
never
it
did
go.
anything. They just gave them like 100 million pounds a year to fund their space program.
Like a bad breakup. I'll call you. How many women did you say that
imagine,
to,
like-
Rob, when you were?
Being, the prime minister and being, completely sane and sending 100 million pounds in, let's say, 2003 to fund a space program in India. I mean, I'm sorry, bro. Let's
Yeah,
do, let,
and
let's
then India
get our
goes-
shit straight. Literally, like, we need plumbing.
Okay.
Forget about space.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got no toilets. We just
Before
dump all the poo
figuring out
in
what
the
to
road.
do with a number 2 in space, let's figure out what we do with it down here. Like, get your priorities straight.
Well, it's not that India had its own space program. It was a bunch of guys going, lift? Could you see with the space helmet going,
And then all of a sudden,
That'd be awesome.
Dun, 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 dun. Now,
and for all you people that haven't seen Star Wars, shame on you. Here we go. Here comes the helmet again. You got to turn around the other way. Didn't see it. It's around the other way.
2 cameras. I'm like an OnlyFans chick. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Like these girls, these OnlyFans girls, you you shouldn't call them, because I read in various places, the term OnlyFans slut. And it's very
hell does that mean?
derogatory term, and I wish it would stop, because to be what is referred to
Or
as
not to
a
be.
OnlyFans slut, you have to work like 3 cameras and microphones and lights and a lot of software and crap, and like, bro, no, stop. You guys stop saying that. You know what OnlyFans is? It's basically like a subscription service to get like adult content. Yeah.
Oh, actually, which social media channels are we on now,
I
Bob?
forget. Oh, I'm old.
Okay, are we on?
You know
Are we
how
on
some
any-
people lose their smell and taste due to COVID? Yeah, I lost my memory.
Yeah.
And by the way, let me tell you something. Do you know the Balkan COVID test? Yeah. Because apparently Romanians in the Balkans now. So basically what you do is you take a little glass, like this, like a tiny one. It's coffee in it at the moment. And no, it is.
Yeah,
For
sure.
the
No,
viewers,
it's
you
not.
can see it's coffee. And what you do is you fill it halfway with one of your stinkiest rakia you can find, which is basically a decent alternative to petrol, but we drink it around here. You pour half a glass,
Drink it.
and you smell it. If you can smell it, then you move
Okay.
to phase 2 of the test
Okay.
and repeat every hour on the hour. That way we
Right.
make sure that we are COVID free, like a man. Yeah.
Right. Talking about being like a man, boys and girls, me and Rob were talking about this earlier of how our parents used to wake us up. Cause so, Rob, how did your mom and dad wake
it
up
was
your
like
sister?
a fairy tale, bro. It was like a Disney movie, like, wake up, little
Aw.
princess. It's gonna be such a good day. Wake
That's-
up. No, not too fast now. You'll get a head rush. And then all of a sudden at my door, it was like,
Oh,
FBI, open up. Wake up, motherfucker. I think something fell.
oh. My dad would, as I was growing up, would say to me, "Why aren't you intelligent? Why are you still stupid?" So he would come up. I remember once
See, and
he
if
said to me,
if I ask you that question, you get upset. You get pitchy with me. It's a legitimate
"Yeah, because
question.
I'm sure I progressed beyond that point then and now also." He'd say to me,
You know what? Keep talking.
So
keep
when
talking.
I do something, yeah, when I do something wrong, he would say, if I got it wrong, why didn't you come and ask me? And I'd say, well, I don't know. And then he'd say, okay, next time you get something like this, come and ask me, and I'll give you advice. And I said, oh, okay. So then after that, I'd go to him and say, Dad, I need some advice on X, Y, and Z. And he'd turn around and say to me, haven't you got your own brain? Why can't you work it out yourself? But you said to me, I should come and ask you next time. Yeah, but that was for that thing, and this is for this thing. It's like, and I never knew which thing I should ask him about. I mean, this one time in band camp, he says to me,
In band camp?
go upstairs.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. It was that scene out of, was it American Pie?
Jesus
Yeah.
Christ.
This one time in band camp. So he says to me once, go upstairs. I said, oh, okay. He goes, go to the bathroom and look at yourself in the bathroom, but then pull your trousers down and your underwear
okay.
and turn around.
Right, okay.
Right. He goes, if you've got hair on your ass, how come you're still stupid? Because I said hair signifies intelligence, and if you got hair on your ass, what if you shave it? And he went, no. So
Yeah.
that was my dad. Do as I say,
think
not do as I do.
Everyone is that way, aren't they?
No, are you like that
No.
with your kids though? That's the
No,
question.
no. But then
With your
again,
daughter? No.
you know, like kids these days have a lot more ways to acquire information and also advice than we did. Because think about it. There is such a thing that we never had growing up, like even in our teenage years. Product reviews and opinions and whatever.
Okay.
Fucking motivational speakers and all sorts of clowny pants.
You want motivation? I give you motivation.
Give you
Stupid bastard.
motivation. Not TV for you.
Yeah, that's my motivation. No. God. Yeah. Anyway, so motivation
good,
and a
man.
punch in the face. But you know, I think here's the thing. If I went up to a lady and I said, if you went up to your wife, Rob, and you said to her, "Hey, honey, get me a beer, please," and she goes, "Why can't you get it?" and you turn around and said to her, "It always tastes better when a woman gives it to you." How do you think that would go down? But you know, the funny thing is, if my dad says it to my mum, she go, "Okay." Well, now she won't because they're a lot older. But he used to take the serious piss out, going, "Oh, where's my dinner?
Well,
I'm hungry." You know, if I said that now, you
yeah,
ain't getting
but
shit.
you know
Sorry.
what? Yeah, probably
Different time?
Also, like
What?
when I ask my missus for stuff, it's okay, but it all depends on the way you ask. Like for example, if I want
Right.
coffee if I want coffee number 3 of the day, then
Okay.
I'm not gonna ask her like, so where the hell's my coffee? You know, I'm just gonna ask like, was that a new way of making coffee? And she goes like, no, why? Because it tasted so well. You know what? I think I'd like another one. You know, like figure something, like if it's something out of the ordinary, and if it's like, I don't know, coffee number 3 or beer number 3, you know. Because the first one is like it's okay, you know. Like when you send her out for the first one, honey, can you grab me a beer? Yeah, sure. She'll bring it over. But then if half an hour later you ask for another one, that's when the shit hits the fan. Yeah, that's like the moment when. So are you just gonna sit your ass and watch TV all day long? Because I got a new TV and I binge watched The 100 in like a week. I didn't move.
I
It
remember.
was,
I remember.
Yeah. I'm boys and girls, I'm slowly turning into H. And by that I mean I'm turning into a couch potato. I
Wow.
watched TV for
Oh my
16
God.
hours without leaving the house. And that's me, and it's weird me.
Okay. First of all, I don't
Yeah.
watch the TV for 16 hours, and second of all, yeah, no. You know, no. I can't watch that much TV, bro. I can watch it for a while, but I can't watch the same thing over and over again.
It's
It's like you're a binger. So
Yeah,
when you start something,
exactly,
you finish it,
that's-
right?
You know, my mama didn't raise no bitch, no quitter. I'm not quitting.
Is that applied to drink as well?
Yeah. I
Drink,
quit
sex, and drugs.
smoking a few years ago, and I'm still quitting. Yeah. Hopefully,
now.
2021 is not going to be even worse, and then I'm going to have to quitting smoking.
Well, you're gonna. You were
Yeah,
saying you're gonna quit
yeah.
drinking as well this
And-
year, right?
Yeah, I'll quit.
Is that permanent?
Completely no. I'll have completely no alcohol and no coffee in 2021, like the whole year.
So what are you gonna do? I mean, your routine is to go home and have
After
a beer.
work, yeah.
You've had a
after
tough
work, yeah,
day.
have
You
a
go
beer,
home
like-
and yeah.
yeah.
No, obviously not while you're driving the car home.
Yeah,
Hello,
well, you know
Osifa.
what? There's
How are you?
zero tolerance over here on alcohol while driving. Yeah.
There
So
is a
the
zero tolerance. Yeah,
Even
India doesn't
England-
have one, by the way.
Well, kind of. Yeah, point
Yeah, we do.
25. Come on, bro.
Well,
I know
kind of.
people at point 25 that could barely stand up.
No, I mean India doesn't have a drink drive ban.
well-
It's just carry on. Don't hit anybody, but
Don't
as long
hit
as
the
you're
cow.
okay.
Anybody else? Fine.
No bull bar. No bull bar. Yeah.
By the way,
So you're gonna give up drinking? I'm impressed. By the way, go.
I know that it's you said that it was special to you, and I'm gonna try not to
What,
mention a
Hanukkah?
lot, but I've seen the Grand Tour last night. I laughed my
Don't.
tonsils
No.
out. It
Okay.
unbelievably funny. And
There was. Sorry, go on.
Richard
You were-
Hammond
and
again drives a car that I would drive.
okay. So I was watching a program on TV the other day, and they were talking about Top Gear and what makes Top Gear, or what made Top Gear so funny. I mean, if you look at it, they're all old. One of them's really out of shape. One of them's a nerd, and one of them
Yeah.
can't drive in a straight line. But if you look at their ages, you kind of go,
Yeah.
these guys are too old to do this. But what constitutes, Bob, to people, men being too old? I mean, who's to say that you're too
Well,
old to do what you do? I mean, do we conform to what society says and says, no, you should be doing this at your age, or why don't you act your age? Well, parents used to say
Look,
that all the
listen,
time.
Come on,
right?
I mean, you have to decrease the variables here, because you just can't ask someone, so how old is too old? Well, it depends on the activity, because if David Attenborough wants to take over Bear Grylls' show, it's not going to happen. But what they're doing basically is they're sitting behind a desk with a team of writers writing funny lines, and then they sit in a car, pretend that they're drifting or power sliding, and then that's about it. And coming up with smart analogies. That's it. I don't think they're ever gonna be too old for that. And if you paid attention, did you notice how much they phased out complaining about in-car entertainment and infotainment systems? Remember, like when the
No.
BMW iDrive system came out. I think the first car with iDrive that they tested was the E60 M5. And they complained so much about the six
Yeah.
gearbox settings and the suspension settings and the M button and everything.
Yeah.
And then slowly they phased it out. They stopped complaining because probably someone on their team said, "Bro, look, listen. If you don't want to be perceived as a gramophone in a world of iPods, shut the fuck up."
Yeah, but their behaviour. I mean, my dad wouldn't ever do. Obviously, my dad's slightly older than they are, but my dad wouldn't ever do the stuff that they're doing. They're still acting like teenagers. Why is this show so
Because it
popular?
appeals to the average man's inner child. Come on, seriously?
But it appeals to women as well, though. And that's the funny thing. Women say we shouldn't
Really?
find it funny, but we do.
Okay.
Yeah.
I have yet to meet a woman that said that Clarkson was funny.
Oh no, they're out there. They're
I
out
mean-
there. Yeah, like a white man bobbing his head right from side to side. They're out there as well. But
Put the money in the bag.
it's so.
Would you
Is
please
there
just
anything
put
else
the
you
money
want
in
said
the
with
bag?
this? Thank you. Please come
We're at
again.
the end of the show. It's okay. Nobody's gonna watch by this time. It's fun.
Oh, the people are watching. They love it.
So listen. Conclusion
Yeah.
time.
I've got a scratchy head.
Conclusion time.
Pardon? Oh, conclusion
There's
time.
no
Sure, why
Bigfoot.
not?
No.
What? There is.
And hopefully the world is not gonna end in 2021.
Well, it ended in
Yeah,
Y2K,
and
if you remember.
Did again
So,
in 2012. What if the
12,
Mayans
yeah,
were
2012.
Oh, by the way, because did you see?
so it's not
No,
conclusion
quick
time.
fact
Welcome back,
about the
everybody.
Mayans. You know those amazing people called the Mayans, which built those weird temples, and they figured out astronomy and a lot of math and everything on their own. No,
I
that
think you're talking
was
about the
Mayans.
Sikhs now. Okay, because we built the Golden Temple and we gave the world
You
the
gave
zero.
zero. It's-
Yeah. We took it away. We take it
Anyway,
and go.
you know what they invented that we still use to this day? No. It's
Calendar.
something that symbolizes the people that followed after the Mayans, the Mexicans. They invented the hammock. It was a
The
moment.
Mexican.
No, it was a
invented the
moment
hammock.
when the Mayans transcended from these great warriors and great minds into
Mm-hmm.
Mexicans. And that point was the invention of the hammock. When they said,
Oh, build the wall.
fuck it, we're gonna
Send them back.
sleep in the hammock.
So the Mayans, the great inventors of the buildings and the calendar and looking at astronomy and agriculture, they turned around and they turned into Mexicans. Is what you're saying? So
That was it.
we've had enough.
We
We're
discovered
gonna-
this thing, this
We're
amazing
out.
thing called the hammock, and we can
Thank
just
you.
sit in it all day long. Thank you. Bye bye.
Where was the hammock before? Why did we do all that work when we could have laid down in a hammock? My dad's got a hammock.
One too, but
He does nothing.
yeah.
No, sorry, it's called a bed. It's not a hammock. But
No,
he
I
does
really,
nothing,
really
so he
have
must be a
hammock,
Mayan
like a proper
or a
one, and
Mexican.
I have it hung on between two trees in my back garden. Yeah. The only problem is the
Wow.
skeeters.
Do you ever use it? God damn skeeters. Do you ever use it? It's like having a swimming pool. And I know this is a conclusion time, but hey, you know what? What the hell? What is the point of a swimming pool?
Well, it
Does
depends
anybody ever use
where
one?
you have the swimming pool. If you have it where I live, you can at most use it for 3 months in the year. Because the
Right. And where I live is for
Even
3
worse.
days.
and yeah, but if you have like
So,
a covered swimming pool
You're,
or a heated swimming pool,
Okay.
that's already billionaire territory. Of course it
it's
is,
not
bro.
billionaire
Can you
territory.
imagine the electric bill of heating up, I don't know, at least 5 cubic meters of soup? Because essentially that's what it is. It's a human soup.
Do you know what the white
Oh.
people call a swimming pool around here?
Yeah, but that's
hot
a
tub.
hot tub. That's just like being in the bathtub with you.
You didn't say nothing last time. Boys and girls, try it. It's a memory. You won't forget it.
I still didn't get.
And you know
paid
what
for
Rob
that,
uses
by the
for
way.
bubbles? By the way, how do you create the bubbles in the hot
Beans and
tub, Rob?
sausages.
Tell the audience.
No, 'cause
Don't forget the eggs.
That's when they become stinky. Yeah, it's the eggs.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. No, I'm serious.
But as long as the beans and the
Yeah.
sausages, you're good. But yeah, no eggs. No eggs were harmed in the making of this program. Anyway, conclusion time. You're right. So and nobody's watching, like you said. But you know what the hell? We're having a laugh and we're having a joke. So what the hell? I'd like to wish you and everybody else a happy 2021. Let's hope we're all gonna be free of this COVID nastiness. And I'd like to say that thank you for watching. Can you get your hand off of that camera? You are so annoying. By the way, he's getting his hand and putting it over the spot of the camera so I can't see him.
I promise I was not
Yeah,
making faces.
douche. And then he goes, "Why am I? How come no one calls me?" But thank you to our word from our sponsor. Thank you to our sponsor for sponsoring our show today. Who's our sponsor, Bob?
Hugh Hefner. No, he's dead.
Thank you to he's dead. Yeah. Thank you to the Playboy magazine for sponsoring our show today.
Why not?
And well, why not? And we'll see you on the next episode. And it's goodbye from me
Yeah.
and it's goodbye from him.
Mm-hmm.
Rob, it's been emotional.